First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and a sincere salutation to all the Akim pushing his truth and sincerity, Bashem Rokha Kodash. This video is going to be entitled In the News, and I have 3 articles here that I want to present to, just to show what's going on in today's society, according to where we're at in biblical prophecy. Okay, so I want to, basically I want to start here in this video. Okay, check this out.
Repercussions if they don't have a mask.
If you don't want to go in, you don't have to.
What if they do?
I'm not going to force anybody. I'm not putting masks on anybody. That's not my job. The order.
So they can go in without the mask.
This is a county health department order.
Okay.
And a policy of the school.
Right.
That if anybody that's going to go in, they got to have a mask on.
There is no policy.
I'm not arguing.
Okay, so they can go in, guys. They can go in. They can go in. Go on in, guys.
Go in.
Well, they can't enforce it.
I said that they have to have a mask.
Yeah, you guys, they can't touch you. Just go ahead and go in.
They can't touch us. Go in.
They cannot touch you.
Go in. They can't touch us. They actually blocked it. I know.
They can't touch you guys.
Not a law. It's a mandate. Mandates are
No pushing.
You cannot touch students. Oh yeah, drink a bottle of water. Eat
They cannot touch you, you guys. There you go. Yeah. They cannot touch you. Be orderly. Be kind. Be kind and respectful. Be kind and respectful. Be kind and show respect. I love you guys.
So as you see right here, these students are trying to get into the school, okay, without a face covering. And, basically the school's not letting them because it's a Maricopa County health order for the face covering. Also, the school boards, they're voting for those who attend school to have the face covering, man. Okay, but the police said, they're not going to force anyone to wear a face covering. So as you see, man, a kingdom is divided. Okay, here it is. It's not necessarily a law, but then again, they're not allowing people, to enter into such places. Okay, so as you see, America is divided. And this is where we stand here. This is Mark 3:24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, the kingdom cannot stand. So you have a lot of you have a lot of uproars and protests these days about the whole mandates that are going on, whether they be the face covering, whether it be Vanessa, the serpent's juice, you got a lot of different things that people are protesting against because, the devil's coming down having great wrath. Let me get that. This is where we're at. This is Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And that devil is a man. Okay, and we know that man to be the nation of Esau, Edom. They are the devils that the Bible speaks of. Okay, the Edomites, and they're coming down with great wrath because they know they have a short time. That's why they're pushing this whole agenda, okay, of the Crown Vic. All right, they're you know, they made it in a lab and then they spread it to the people, only to bring only to watch the reaction and then bring the solution. Okay, so they deal in deception. You see, but you know, and it seems easy to just stand up, right, like these students, okay, in a respectful way, but that's not the way it is, okay, because this is just one incident, but there's much more. There's many more things going on, and this is just a little bit of things that I've seen, or I should say, this is just one instance that I've seen that it's actually gone down like that. But let's get this. Let's get this. Is a New York hospital has been forced to stop baby deliveries after multiple staffers quit over Vanessa mandate. Okay. An upstate New York hospital said it will pause the delivery of babies in 2 weeks because of the spate of resignations by maternity workers who are objecting to the Crown Vic Vanessa mandates. Okay, so you got workers in New York hospitals that are not going to deliver babies because of the order placed out by your boy Creepy Joe Biden, you know, regarding you know, the Beetlejuice. Okay, so you know, this place is very divided. You know, this place is very divided, as you see. It says, according to 11 News, to Lewis County General Hospital in Lowville will temporarily stop delivering babies after September 24th. WWNY reported during a news conference Friday afternoon. Lewis County Health official CEO Gerald Kayer said 7 of the 30 hospital workers who resigned were from the hospital's maternity ward. Okay. He added that another 7 maternity unit staffers were undecided about getting the Vanessa. The television station reported, if we can pause the service and now focus on recruiting nurses who are it says, if we can pause the service and now focus on recruiting nurses who are vaccinated, we will be able to re-engage in delivering babies here in Lewis County, said Kayer. Kayer said 165 hospital employees have yet to be juiced against Crown Vic. That's 27% of the workforce. The other 464 workers, or 73% of employees, have gotten their juice, he said. In August, the state announced all healthcare workers at hospitals and long-term care facilities across New York could be required to have gotten at least their first dose, okay, of the juice by September 27th. Kayer said the announcement prompted 30 workers to get juice while another 30 resigned. Okay, so you see, okay, so you see, man, you know, in New York, man, it's getting real tight, you know, especially in LA too. You know, they said they mandated for kids that are 12 and up to get the juice, you know. So here, you know, hey, they're coming for the little ones, man. Okay. So in New York hospital, they're going to stop, you know, taking pregnant women. They're going to start delivering babies after multiple staffers quit because of the juice. You see, a lot of people don't want to take the juice. This place is divided. Okay, so, you know, the devil's coming down, but hey, the Lord has them in a trick bag. Okay, this is Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, right? And these are unrighteous decrees. Okay, see, here it is. You don't know what's in it, but you got to take it, you know, and it's grievous. And they're prescribing something that ultimately goes against what Yahweh Bashem Yahushai wrote for his people, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. It says to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless. You see? You know, they're making it to where, you know, people can't get they can't deliver the babies, man. All right, they're turning aside the needy from judgment. Okay, here it is. Y'all are supposed to be so-called physicians or whatever, but you're making these mandates for the workers, and then it affects everybody. So you see, this thing is coming with a lot of pushback. These mandates are coming with a lot of pushback. Okay, they're taking away the right from the poor. Here it is. You work a 9 to 5 to make a paycheck. You want to help people. You want to work as a nurse or whatever in a hospital. And then you have to what? You have to get juiced. And you don't want to. So what do? They force you to resign. You can't help people deliver babies. You can't. Here it is. You got a lot in life to do something. Everyone has their lot. Nurses and all, doctors and everyone. But they make it hard for one to work. Okay, they're robbing the fatherless, man. They're making widows to be their prey. Okay, all this is this scripture pertains to what is going on. Okay, let's get another article. Like I said, I had 3 articles. Lord willing, this will be edifying. But it says here, Joe Biden's mandatory Vanessa order may lead America straight to another civil war. It says, in a massive overreach of government power, Joe Biden said federal and private employers must require their workforce to get juiced, or else this move from the Democrat who once preached unity could lead to national ruin. Despite pledging in the past that he would never force Americans to roll up their sleeves for a mandatory juice, that is exactly what Creepy Joe Biden announced this week to a nation already sick and tired of face coverings, lockdowns, and political infighting. Worse, the U.S. leader stoked divisions inside the country, where many fear the rise of a medical-style apartheid by singling out the unjuiced for blame. Right. They're singling out the unjuiced. They're saying that it's your fault. Okay. And if you haven't seen the news, what he say? He said, we've been very patient, but now we're losing our patience. It says the unjuiced are making it worse for everyone, basically is what he said. Okay, so they're making a division in the country, man. This country is divided very much. It says, we've been patient. All right, Khan, there it goes. We've been patient, the 78-year-old decrepit lectured, carefully reciting his teleprompted words, but our patience is wearing thin, and you're that's the spirit. I didn't even read that, but hey, that's the spirit. But our patience is wearing thin, and your refusal has cost all of us. The unjuiced among us can cause a lot of damage, and they are. Biden's mandate would force companies with more than 100 workers to get juiced or test for the plague weekly, okay, at prohibitive cost to employers. At the same time, the roughly 17 million workers at health facilities that receive federal Medicare and Medicaid will also need to be fully juiced, okay? 17 million workers at health facilities that receive federal Medicare or Medicaid will also need to be fully juiced. So, he's making it to where all, both small and great, free and bond, are have to take what? The juice. Now we know the juice also has a number inside of it through nanotech. So basically, we know that it goes hand in hand with the MOTB. Okay. American conservatives, borrowing a page from the liberals' pro-abortion playbook that commands my body, my choice, lit up social media with an array of questions, including the much repeated, if Vanessa works so well and you are protected, what matters it to you if others refuse? Okay, the juice. To date, some 80 million Americans remain unjuiced. Okay. Okay, so, according to people who are pro-abortion, they say, hey, it's my body, my choice, so they can abort, okay, babies because it's their body, their choice. Right now, the thing is that if it's your body, your choice, then how come you can't choose whether or not you want to get juiced or not? You see? So, not a few of these people are demanding to know what happened to the time-proven biological function known as natural immunity. Will those citizens who survived a nasty bout of of Crown Vic in the past and now have the antibodies still be required to have the juice? Dear leader wasn't showing his cards. Or what about safety of the Vanessa, which remains another concern for many Americans, as thousands of people have experienced adverse events after being juiced. VAERS received over 7,400 reports of deaths among people who received Crown Vic, the Crown Vic juice. It's unclear, though, whether the Vanessa was the cause. Meanwhile, Big Pharma, which is reaping bonanza from the pandemic, enjoys total indemnity from any lawsuits that may arise from Vanessa-related injuries. You see? So Big Pharma, these companies, okay, they cannot be sued, okay, for anything that's been going on with the Vanessa, the adverse events. It's not their fault. In their ongoing quest for information on such issues, the mainstream media have been carefully selective as to which doctors and what sort of advice their audiences are permitted to hear. Right? All right. They're promoting their narrative. And let's be honest. Does anybody really trust a single word that comes out of Tony Fauci's mouth anymore? Biden's brazen move goes against American values, where personal choice is the defining element of democracy. Thus, it seems that the establishment has only itself to blame for the Vanessa hesitancy that many Americans are now experiencing. Closing down discussion while coercing people to take a drug against their will does little to foster a climate of trust. Meanwhile, aside from the question of personal health, there is the question of politics, bad politics to be more precise. First and foremost, creepy Joe Biden blatantly lied to the American people when he promised to never force Vanessa on the country. At the same time, he snubbed Congress and the states by empowering Department of Labor's Occupational Safety and Health Administration. Okay, right? He snubbed Congress and now he's empowering OSHA to enforce Vanessa mandate. Yet another example of Biden abusing executive office. Right. So here it is. OSHA is enforcing mandate. He's using the school board and the county health. Just like in the school video, other institutions to help with his plan, help with his agenda. But it's really not even a law, really. It has not been made a law where you have to take Vanessa or you have to wear a face covering, you see? So, these are unrighteous decrees that they're prescribing, okay? This place is divided, okay? This is where we're at. This is where we're at, okay, right now. Republicans who have gone to great lengths to keep their cities and the states open for business during the pandemic are vowing to fight Biden's unconstitutional mandate every step of the way, up to including a likely battle in the Supreme Court. You see? All right, you got people that are going against it, man. The Republicans. Despite the Democratic Party's incessant claims that Donald Trump was a tyrant and a dictator, the raft of executive orders that Creepy Joe has rammed through Washington, D.C. are enough to make Caesar blush. Forcing Americans to submit to medical treatment is Creepy Joe's personal crossing the political Rubicon. And another one of those, you're either with us or against us type of moments that colored the Bush-era war on terror. It says here, let's pick it up here. Indeed, given the level of liberal lunacy now infecting every square inch of the American cranium, the unjuiced could become the targets of a virtue signaling hate campaign that could easily get out of control, especially when it is considered that there are more guns in America than Americans. Whatever the case may be, when future historians sit down to write about the America of the 21st century and its second Civil War, September 9th may go down in the history books as a day as all hell broke out in earnest. Okay? And that's interesting. That's interesting. Right around the time, okay, of the 9/11 is when Creepy Joe came out with this mandate, you see? So they do things in numbers, man. They do, they're You know, they hey, it's all witchcraft. It's all enchantments on the people. You know, here it is, more or less on the eve of September 11th. They came out with this mandate that right here, 100 million Americans affected. Creepy Joe to order all employers with over 100 workers to require Crown Vic potion or weekly tests. You see, all around the same time. So as you see, you know, this is the time that we're living in, man. This is Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Okay, and this could very much cause a civil war. You see, this is causing division. What does it say here? We will not comply with Vanessa orders. Okay, you got this guy dressed up, looking goofy as hell. What the hell? You see, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear the rule, the people mourn. And this is what's going on in the world. The righteous are not in authority, therefore they're mourning. But, you know, and the wicked that bear rule, you know. So like when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But as you see, the wicked are bearing rule, therefore the people mourn. Okay. Ecclesiastes 4:1. So I returned and considered all the oppressions that are done under the sun, and behold, the tears of such as were oppressed, and they had no comforter. And on the side of their oppressors there was power, but they had no comforter. Okay, and as you see, people are being oppressed, and there's no comforter. And on the side of their oppressors there was power. They have the power to do all these things. Okay, yet the people have no comforter. This is wherefore I praise the dead which are already dead more than the living which are yet alive. Right? Because it's better to be dead than to be going through all this madness, man. Okay? Yea, better is he than both they which have not yet been. Okay, so better is he that hath not been. Okay, better is he who hath not been born, who hath not seen the evil work that is done under the sun. Right? And LT, but most fortunate of all those who are not yet born, for they have not seen all the evil that is done under the sun, right? Even the dead have seen the evil. Okay? And those that are alive have seen the evil, but those who are not born, they have not yet seen the evil. So, you know, here Solomon says, hey, better is he that is unborn. And we just read here in this article about the New York hospital that has been forced to stop baby deliveries because of these unrighteous decrees. You see? So check the wisdom in that. You know? It's better to not even be born. That's why the scriptures say, woe unto you who are with child. You know what I mean? You know, right now is not the time to be having babies, you know, especially with the time that is coming. But nonetheless, you know, the Lord, he fills a man's quiver with offspring. So, you know, it's all the Lord's will. And this is the time that we're coming into. This is what's happened upon the earth. Okay? Now, let's see. Let's get this. 2 Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Right? Destruction to the world. Didn't we just read through the Spirit that the devil's coming down having great wrath? Okay? Because he had the short time. You hear Biden saying that what? That their patience is running thin. He's speaking on the side of the Edomites. Okay, so this is very much prophecy. This is what was written in the scriptures. So we have to pick these articles apart and filter them, you know, and present them. It says, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. Okay, those that dwell therein. The sword and the destruction draweth nigh. There's a great judgment coming upon the earth that's already here. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men. Okay? Let's get the definition real quick. Whoops. Sedition. Simple
Sedition.
definition.
Sedition.
Conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against authority of a state or monarch. And you see all these articles that are coming out talking about civil war. You see all these people that are protesting. You got kids can't even go to school. You know, people can't even do their job. People can't even get babies delivered. You know, people cannot live in a free society. You know, you had a Joe Biden. He said it's not about freedom. In his speech, the same one that he said that it's not that our patience is running thin. And he said that right after that. He said, "Hey, this is not about your freedom." You see. So there's sedition, man. Government against people, people against people, people against government. For there shall be sedition among men. There's talks and actions of uprisings against the government, okay, and invading one another. Right? There's going to come a time where people are going to invade one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Okay, so people are not going to regard their kings, their princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Now, here it is, people. You know, here it is, people are not listening. You know, they're not going to get the Vanessa. So what are they doing? They're walking off the job. Therefore, they're going to go out and they're going to go get it however they can. So, yeah, the course of their actions is going to stand in their power because they're not regarding their kings and their princes anymore. You know, people are not going to wait around for unemployment. You know, the days are coming where people are just going to go out there and get it how they can. Okay. Let's get this, and I'm gonna end it out. This is a scripture that I came upon the other day. Let's get this. Let's get this. This is Psalms 37:19. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and the days of famine shall they be satisfied. Right? Because really, they're causing a siege. You know, they're causing everybody who don't have, you know, the Vanessa, you know, which is, you know, coincides with the MOTB. They're gonna have what? They're not gonna be able to buy or sell. They're not gonna be able to live. They're not gonna be able to eat. It says they shall not be ashamed in the evil time. That's talking about the elect. And in the days of famine, they shall be satisfied. Okay, and this is the evil time. The elect's not going to be ashamed, man. The elect's they're gonna see through this. They're gonna have the word. They're gonna have the true word of the Most High. They're gonna have the Spirit. They're gonna prevail. Yeah, there's gonna be some martyrs, but even them, you know, if you live to Yahweh Shai. If you die, you die to Yahweh Bashim Shai, and the works do follow. Okay, but none of the elect are going to be ashamed in the evil time. It says, but the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord shall be as the fat of lambs. Right, the wicked are going to perish. And the enemies of the Lord are going to be as the fat of lambs. They shall consume into smoke. Shall they consume away? Okay. So yes. Yes, I just wanted to bring this out, Lord willing. This was edifying. You know, this is just what's going on in the news. Lord willing, we were comforted. The Heavenly Father is not going to let the righteous be ashamed in the evil time. Neither will they have famine. So continue pushing, continue praying. We're almost out of here. Lord willing, you were edified. Shalom.